Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to continue on with game number 4 between Team Liquid and Quantic Gaming. So let's go ahead and get things started. We have the two players. It looks like... Oh, disabled my music somehow. But we have the two players, Liquid Ret up against QXG Theognis. And these two players are actually coming from the Brood War scene. Duran, do you actually remember these two players?
I do, actually. I mean, I guess most people would be remembering Ret, especially. He was probably one of the best non-Korean Brood War players ever. In fact, I mean, he went to Korea. He had a little bit of a rough time there, but he was just so good at Brood War. And he's actually one of the oldest players too. I mean, not in age, but I mean, he was actually a top player from around 2002, basically until the end of StarCraft 1. I mean, he was really strong. Yeah, he was considered the Zerg version of Idra at the time. And now, that sounds really weird, right? Zerg version of Idra, but Idra was actually playing Terran back in the StarCraft Brood War days. Now, Theognis, this guy was known to be quite a strong player back in the StarCraft Brood War days, of course. But in StarCraft 2, I think he's a lot more well known just because, you know, he's been performing outstandingly in just, you know, different tournaments, different Clan Wars type stuff like that. Yeah, Theognis actually, he was really good in StarCraft 1, but he quit really early. He actually played in, he qualified for the WCG USA 2006 finals, and he was basically known as one of the strongest Terran players in the United States back in those times. But after 06 or 07 WCG, he basically quit, and then he resurfaced again in StarCraft 2, and he's actually been a really strong player for Quantic lately. And that being said, he's actually deciding to go for 2 proxy Raxes. Yeah, well, just trying to end it early. Of course, we always know that that Liquid Ret always likes to play that greedy type of build. And look at this, we have it yet again. He went for a 17 spawning pool. So he is going to get punished, but this one Overlord. It looks like it's going to scout it, actually. Yeah, but I don't know if it's going to be in time. I mean, these barracks are already churning out those units, and he's going to be sending over his Marines momentarily to go and hopefully thwart that hatchery that's going up soon. Yeah, and I just based on a preliminary analysis, I would say that the Theognis looks like he's in a pretty decent position right now. Oh, and the Overlord will not scout it out. How unfortunate. Yeah. But, you know, I'm pretty sure Ret knows it's coming at this point, especially with 2 Marines right up here at the natural expansion bunker being built. Ret has to pull all of his drones. He's producing Zerglings. I mean, that's the only thing he can do right now, is hope that he can deny entry into the bunker from those Marines. Yep. Looks like the first couple Marines are not going to get surrounded. Additional Marines are going to come behind. It looks like 1 Marine will die. Pulling SCVs too. Wow, the Theognis is really going for it. Very nice. The SCVs are going to be instrumental in defeating this. The bunker does finish, but 8 Zerglings are out on the field. It's actually going to be salvaged, and yes, it will. He gets it. But the continued aggression isn't done yet. I love what Red is doing. He's actually just pushing ahead, making it very difficult for Theognis to actually get full. Actually, okay, good. His Zerglings are staying close. Now, what this effectively does is says, Theognis, you better watch out because I could surround you right now. Here the 6 Zerglings come in from behind, but the Zerglings in front actually already died. Is this going to be enough? He can't actually cut. You can see they're back against the wall. Only 2 Marines said the SCVs get cleaned up. A nice defense by Ret. Is it going to be enough, though? This one Overlord is under attack. It will go down right now. Income tab showing 19-6 in favor of Ret. So Ret actually way ahead in this game, especially with that Spinecrawler up. Yeah. Oh, this is definitely not what the Theognis wanted. Yeah, I mean, as we were saying, Ret was in a pretty good position there, except I don't think he really thought the Theognis were just going to go for it. I think he thought the Theognis would be kind of deterred by that Spinecrawler, but he wasn't. And now Ret is in not a good position at all. Still 5 Marines left in the main base, only 2 Zerglings left, and lots of drones. And yeah, these Marines are doing a crap load of damage here. He has to actually target down the weakened drones. If you can get those drones down, it's going to be so good. There goes one of them, but I think the Marine will eventually die, so let's go ahead and check.
14 drones killed so far. Income tab showing 10 to 13 in favor of Theognis now. And remember, he has mules. Yeah, he has mules. I thought it was double mules at one point, but no, he did macro correct. All in all, you know, I would give Theognis the big advantage now. All of a sudden, it's just swung dramatically. Of course, it's only been, you know, I think 4 or 5 drones died in that engagement. Just that last one. But because the economies are so low at this point, no queen is out. That's going to favor Theognis so much more.
Yep, and now Theognis can basically transition into a normal game if he wants to. He's still producing barracks. Sorry, he's still producing marines over there. Wow, he's making 3 more barracks. So he's really being aggressive in this game. And I really love that decision. I mean, he's really, really far ahead right now. And he doesn't want to, you know, give Rhett a chance to get back in the game, because Rhett is such a strong player that if you kind of give them an inch, they'll take a mile. So he wants to kind of do what he can to try to end the game immediately. Exactly.
And Liquid Rhett trying to push in here, see exactly what his opponent is going. He saw 1 barracks, but he didn't see the other 2. What this is going to be is a continued all-in. At this point, what's going to happen is he just builds up in a buttload of Marines, and then as soon as he gets enough, he's going to go in with SCVs, most likely, and just do a big SCV Marine all-in. So hopefully Rhett will prepare for that. It's going to take a lot. Right now,
he still doesn't have a queen, actually, doesn't he? Yeah, still with no queens out.
Yeah,
he's building his first now, and I think Rhett is just not going to be prepared. See, what I think Rhett doesn't think he's going for it, but I guess he is making that 3rd spine. I guess based on the fact that Theognis is continuing to produce Marines, you would assume that he's going for some kind of... Oh my god, Rhett's... Oh, really good reaction by Theognis.
Very, very close, but Theognis will clean up those remaining Zerglings for now. Looks like he's just producing off this 5 racks type of opening. We'll see. He actually hasn't produced... Oh, well, there those SCVs go. Here we go, the Marine SCV all in, man. It's starting right now. The SCVs are going to trek across the map. There are no spotters out on the map for Rhett, so he doesn't know this is coming. Metabolic Boost is not researched just yet. It hasn't even been started. Yeah, you're right. So it's all going to come down to this, and let me tell you, I don't think Rhett has enough units. I mean, these 3 spine crawlers, they're great and everything, but you know, there's a ton of these little units that he has to keep throwing his spine crawlers at, and I don't think he has the means to actually do anything about this. Here we go. The SCVs are going in front. Attack move in a little bit. They need to zone out those Zerglings from doing way too much damage, and
they
looks like
a good job.
There's not enough Zerglings to do anything. Queen's getting in here. Will it be enough? I don't think it will be. The spine crawler goes down. The second one is under attack. There's just so many Marines in his army composition. Rhett might be facing elimination right here, as the last queen and spine crawler goes down. No units, really. Just a handful of Zerglings all the way up in the main. Banelings are being spawned right now.
Yep, so this is really the last chance for Rhett. I don't know. He needs to get those Banelings up really, really soon, or else he's going to be in big trouble.
The Banelings are going to be clutch. Can he actually connect? Oh my god, he might get good hits!
Oh, wow.
And that is probably the most perfect thing you could possibly see. As we can see, all the way in the main, Theognis right now has 9 SCVs to Rhett 18. And you know what? He's continuing to be even more and more aggressive. Can Rhett actually hold this off? This is actually a really, really close game, man.
Yeah. I think if Rhett had Zergling speed, he would be in an amazing position right now. But, I mean, he is losing those Zerglings. I think it was a little bit of a mistake to try to continue to attack those Marines. I think he should pull back. He definitely needs to get Spinelings and Banelings, which is exactly what he's doing right now. And actually, if you look at the income tab, it swung back in favor for Theognis, despite the fact that, actually, if you look at the workers killed, it's actually pretty much dead even right now. So, yeah, this game is really strange.
You know, with these Banelings and now the Zerglings, I don't think Theognis should be able to do much more damage. As long as Rhett gets that metabolic boost, that'll be so advantageous for him. He shouldn't actually keep going with these Zerglings. He's just throwing them away at this point. But I guess he's just trying to buy himself more time for these spine crawlers, but still you want to keep them as much as possible. Metabolic boost is probably one of the most important upgrades when defending against, you know, mass Marines at this stage. But 2 spine crawlers and a single Baneling is all that stands. And Theognis, he's going to go for it, man.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to work.
No.
Two spines with like 8 Marines with no upgrades. Oh. And a Baneling. This is not looking good for Theognis, actually. And it looks like Rhett is in a very, very good position, and this is not good for Quantic Gaming because they're down 2-1. If Theognis loses this game, it's over for them. So Rhett really trying to close it out for Liquid, and Theognis is kind of fighting for his life right now, trying to take an expansion, but it might be too little too late. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we will. Right now, income tab, let's go ahead and look at that. 22-13 in favor of Rhett. The income lead has swung in Rhett's favor now that the Mule can't really make up for 7 drones. That's pretty drastic. Still no upgrades for Theognis, of course. And look how mined out his base is becoming just because of those mules. And that's one of the tough parts. If you're on one base for so long, actually Theognis is going to be in a position very soon where he mines out his entire main. And then he's left on one base again. So he needs to expand actually rather quickly. So if Rhett can just spring into action right now and just maintain his advantage, stop any thirds, that's what he should concentrate on. If he does that, he will be in a great position to just have a very easy win.
Yep, I totally agree. And actually, Theognis is making a 3rd command center. I think that's kind of what he needs to do. He really needs to do something risky right now.
I agree.
You see he's floating his barracks is over. He's going to try to wall off his natural expansion. He probably just wants to turtle up, take a 3rd, and try to turn this into a long game because that's really the only option he has. And Rhett's transitioning into pretty standard play. He's probably going to take a 3rd soon. He's getting his lair, so he's probably going to go, Needling, Baneling. Very standard. And Theognis is just so far behind. And actually, Rhett is getting into lots of Zerglings. And
that's going to be it.
That's
GG.
going to be it. So Liquid actually takes the match 3-1.
And that's going to do it. So congratulations to Team Liquid. They're going to take it 3-1. Theognis going to fall. But I have to say, there's a lot of close moments in that game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was super... I mean, I don't want to say lucky, but Rhett seems like he really dodged a bullet there. I mean, if those Banelings were just 2 or 3 seconds later, Theognis would have pretty much easily taken that game.
Yeah.
But the Banelings came at literally the perfect moment and pretty much obliterated all of Theognis' Marines. And at that point, he was just so far behind. He lost his economy. His army was dead. And then Rhett reinforced his natural expansion with 2 Spine Crawlers, a couple Banelings. And from that point, I mean, that was all she wrote.
He just bought enough time. And, it really speaks a lot. I know Team Liquid is a fantastic team. They were definitely the favorites going to this. But I think it speaks a lot. QXG has made a great splash in the NASTL. Yeah. I think obviously they qualified through and played against and beat a ton of really great teams, but now showing their strengths against Team Liquid. There's a lot of matches in this particular series that was very, very close. The AGH, particular match.
He was 2 Immortals away from being in a really great position to take down Hero.
Exactly.
That just shows that Quantic is such an underrated team, and I mean they haven't even used their Korean players. They haven't used NANUL, so I mean these guys are really good, and I'm personally looking forward to seeing what they can do in the coming weeks.
Me too. So as I said, I'm really looking forward to that. But before we end this particular NASTL, we are going to give a big thanks to our sponsors. First is going to be Azo Monitors. Azo Monitors are supplier, the NASL monitor supplier. So a big thanks to them. Also, we want to give a huge shout out to Cooler Masters. They've been so supportive in esports, and Kingston HyperX. I guess you can do the other one. Oh,
the other one is the fancy iBuyPower as our system sponsors. Yeah, we have to do this pose every time we announce iBuyPower because their computers are pretty solid, and we use them on pretty much all of our machines in here. And hey, they've been pretty good to us, so let's show them some love on Facebook, on Twitter. On iBuyPower.com, you can actually purchase a computer if you want because they're pretty good and reasonably priced.
Duh. Anyway, that's going to do it for the NASTL. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned, though. There is going to be another series. Duran, do you want to talk about that best of 7 show match series?
Oh, I'd love to talk about it. So what we hope to do here during the off season to kind of warm you guys up for Season 3 in addition to doing the awesome Team League, we want to bring you some other individual games too. So we want to have show matches. So each week we're going to get you 2 of the world's best players who are fighting for $500 in prizes. The winner will take $400. The loser will get $100. And this week, to kick it off, we've got 2 amazing players. We have the NASL silver medalist, Liquid Hero, who we actually saw today too, playing in the Clan War, against the GSL Super Tournament champion, TSL Polt. And who's going to be casting with you, my friend?
It's going to be me and Sean Cheth Simon, so definitely stay tuned for that. It's going to be so awesome. It's going to happen right after this. Also, keep in mind, we are giving away today a 16 gigabyte USB Kingston HyperX USB drive.
Yep.
So go to Facebook. We're Facebook at NASL TV, or nope, that's Twitter. Facebook.com/NASL TV. Go check us out there, and you can be in the running to win that Kingston HyperX 16 gigabyte USB drive.
Yeah.
But now I'm gonna go pass it over to myself. I'm gonna take a little break.
I'm gonna go pass
Get
it
you
over
out of
to
here.
Chef.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Sorry.
The most manner bear.
He is the most manner bear, as
I
opposed to
think-
us.
Yeah.
We are not.
No. Chef probably would have to have a fight with White Raw to the death for who is the mannerest of bears.
No. White Rod said he would beat someone up. I distinctly remember that. I forgot.
Was
it
it
was
Chef for being
Lelouch.
too manner?
It was Lelouch.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yep.
He said, I'm going to... Okay, I'm not going to stir the pot. Not going to stir the pot. Lelouch,
Did you just call Chef more manner than White Raw?
Yes, I did.
Ooh. I think White Raw's going to have a manner off with Chef, so who could be the most manner.
All right, well, one day we'll schedule it up, all right? But anyway, we're going to jump to that. So stay tuned. The best of 7 show match between Pult from TSL and Liquid Hero is coming up after
Thank
this
you guys
break.
for watching. Peace.